The records are now open. I don't always play the singing bowl for you. Listen to how loud this gets. Oh, she is singing for you guys today. Welcome to another episode of Akashic Answers with Emily. Follow the sound, everybody, with your consciousness. And as soon as it trails off from your ears, see if you can close your eyes and recreate that sound. Activating our crown chakra and our clairaudience, clear inner hearing. Right off the bat today, you have found yourself into, wait, let me take two on that one. Since there's only two of us here live, only two of you know that I messed up on that one. Take two. You have found yourself, wait, no, take three. Akashic Answers with Emily, take three. You have found yourself in a very sacred classroom this morning, this afternoon, this evening, wherever it is in your neck of the woods, which, by the way, I would like to know where you are tuning in from today and invite another level of activation. This space is all about raising our awareness, and we do that in a variety of ways. Whether you realize it or not, this is a workout for your clair senses when you come in here, because I'm going to ask you to hold several different frequencies of perception while you come in. And one of them we just did in the very beginning. So if you missed the singing bowl and following that sound with your awareness, make sure you catch that at the very beginning. It was singing so loud this morning. I know that there was transmission coming through. I have never heard the bowl sing that loud. Actually, you'll see me go at one moment because it was vibrating so much in my hands. So activation number one already underway, an activation for clairaudience. When you imagine that sound after it fades away, you have an increase of that clairsense, your inner hearing. And now I'm going to invite you into the visual illumination. Share with me where you are tuning in from. I am coming to you today from the High Sierras in Reno, Nevada. And in this video, we are going to tap into the Akashic Records. I'm going to bring through intelligence, insight from the records as it comes through me. I want to invite you to notice what comes through you as well. Because when I said on take three and finally got it right, I welcomed you into this sacred classroom. The space inside of this broadcast, whether you're tuning in live or whether you are tuning in on the replay, is divinely designed and intended to allow you very clear connection with your Akashic Records. The Akashic Records are the realm of consciousness where all information, past, present, all possible futures exists from a neutral perspective. And my love and great joy in this life is training other visionaries and thought leaders to shift their consciousness so they can tap into this space. Once we tap into the Akashic Records and ask questions, we get information that gives us guidance, daily guidance. Imagine the value of being able to tap in to soul level wisdom to guide every choice of your life. It's awesome because we have so much perspective, or I find, let me speak for myself, and I'll speak for those of you that I've trained in this incredible modality as well. Once you learn how to establish, or I should say reestablish your constant connection with the space of infinite intelligence, you can make these decisions about everything in your life with so much more information. It's really incredible. So we use it for guidance. We use it for clarity around soul mission. How many of you feel like you could use some clarity around your soul mission? I think all of you better be raising your hands right now. I ask for clarity around my mission all the time. And guidance for those next steps to keep productivity high, right? So I can see where the most beneficial places are to put my energy. It's incredible. Also, Carol says to me, I see you, Carol. Thank you for being here. Venny, I see your question coming up too. Would love some guidance on where you are currently. Awesome. Get your questions rolling in, Venny. thank you for being here. I will come back to that question in just a few moments and when we start diving into the space of the records. Okay. I just feel like I have a few more tidbits to explain to bring everybody into the same understanding of what we're tapping in here to today. Okay, so the Akashic Records hold all intelligence from a soul level perspective, the perspective of unconditional love and zero judgment. This is God mind. We tap in for wisdom, guidance, clarity. Woo! Here's the one that I love. I love getting creative downloads and tapping expanded levels of genius. And this is the same way that great minds like Albert Einstein, Steve Jobs, and Nikola Tesla would tap into the field, stretch their genius, get understanding about the universe and the patterns of the universe in a deeper way that allows them to create. That's one of the ways I personally love to use the Akashic Records, is to create spiritual technology, spiritual medicine that begins to shift and heal us, which, by the way, happy it is fun, Carol. I have to say, one, it's a pretty cool job, and two, if you have not invited yourself to consider what your job would look like if you made it up, your favorite, ideal, dream job ever, it's a homework assignment of the new earth, everybody. If you are here, whether you are watching live or on the replay, your thoughts, and I say your thoughts because our thoughts are creative and our thoughts create our reality. So the thoughts that you're trying on for yourself and the ways that you are expressing and being and creating here on the planet, you are charged with the creation of the new earth. You took that oath and that mission outside of this incarnation. You said, yes, I will show up on the planet at this time and I will participate in the bringing forth of the new earth. That's why our soul mission is so, so important in understanding how we get to show up and serve humanity in a way that is fun and exciting and enlivening and in our genius. It's my absolute favorite way to use the Akashic Records to activate my people. If you'll notice, I left you a link in the comments in the very, very top here. This is an invitation to check out the latest technology, which, by the way, I want to say, happy Lionsgate, a galactic portal is opening. This is one of the most powerful galactic alignments that we experience all year. Whew, I just felt it activate in my body. I've been talking about the clairsentience, or the clear inner feeling. When you notice you get the chills, or you notice a shift in energy in your body, that's your clairsentience talking to you. It's a truth indicator. Mine just went, oh, when I talked about this galactic opening. My experience with Lionsgate is that this is an opportunity to step into our fullest expression, to harness our courage, and to call in what our soul mission is and get clear about how we get to show up and create on the planet. And our creations hold so much light. They hold intelligence. They're the new paradigms for society. So I'm really excited to support you all, not only today with tapping into the Akashic Records, but also with this incredible technology that's happening over Lionsgate. Click the link if you want to know more about virtual Mount Shasta linking to Earth's vortexes. We're going to combine the galactic energy of Lionsgate with the incredible power of Mount Shasta, which is the root chakra of the planet. We're going to tap into the Akashic Records and download very specific understanding around your soul's mission. And we're going to, together, using techniques of the Ascended Masters and the great mystics, we are going to purposefully illuminate the grids of planet Earth with the intelligence of your soul mission. So if that sounds like something you want to participate in, seating is limited and we are still in early bird pricing. So click now. Early bird pricing will end August 1st on virtual Mount Shasta linking to Earth's vortexes, which is for you if you are here on a mission. It's going to bring clarity to your soul mission, and it's going to remove obstacles in your way and connect you with sacred geometric forces is what I'm hearing right now. We're going to be playing with the platonic solids. It's a really awesome quantum download. It's, I would call it an, not ascension. Come on, Emily, we're live. Get the word. Get the word. What do you call it when, okay, we'll play a game. What do you call it when a teacher takes a student through a particular process? Initiation. There we go. It's a spiritual initiation into your soul's purpose in this lifetime. Okay, if you can't miss it, scroll up to the top to check it out. Now we're going to dive into the Akashic Records. I'm going to invite you to type your questions in the comments. Okay, here's how it's going to work. First of all, to get the most out of this, stay till the end. We're going to jam till the bottom of the hour. We've got 21 more minutes together. Not only am I going to bring in insight that comes through from the Akashic Records based on your questions, but I'm also going to bring through an Akashic transmission, which is an energetic activation that comes through from the Akashic Records that will help you in the embodiment of the answer. Now, we're going to be asking, I'm going to be working with individual questions. So I promised Vinny that Vinny could go first here. Okay. What I want to say is that if the intelligence that comes through around an individual question still resonates deeply in your soul, this message is for you. Okay? You are allowed to receive the intelligence that comes through from any one of the questions that we get to today as yours. It's a cool way of how it works. And then, like I shared, we'll also do a transmission. I'll channel through a transmission from the Akashic Records. These transmissions are off the hook, by the way. One of the transmissions we did a few weeks ago, I connected the consciousness, our consciousness. I feel weird saying I. It came through me, but it was the records talking. I'm just their puppet. It came through me, but where I was guided to bring your attention was to the consciousness right in that like thin layer where your feet turn into the floor. And I had one of my beautiful regular audience members who is here. And by the way, if you are a regular in this space, type regular. And not regular in a bad way, regular in a loyal fan way. I love regulars. I worked in restaurants for a long time. I actually still call my home kitchen Yummies. So if you're a regular, you're near and dear to my heart. So one of my regulars reaches out and says, holy crap, this activation, I began to feel bad, like the batteries were sparking in my feet. And I'm really excited to share that she and I are now working together in a deep dive soul transformational experience that has me so excited. Anyway, okay, so we're going to dive in. Save for the entire broadcast because there's a cumulative effect of the energy, and participate. Those are my two asks of you today as you are here sharing this sacred classroom with me. And Vinny, let me tap into your records now. I would love some guidance as to where I am currently. Okay. Tapping in. Okay. What I'm getting is an invitation for you to GPS yourself, Vinny. And it doesn't surprise me because one of the things that makes the Akashic Records so powerful is that we must self-initiate, which means we got to ask the questions. We got to come forward. And if we're coming forward asking for support, it means that there's a part of us that has acknowledged that we need help in this space. And it's that acknowledgement that really is super important. It's that self-initiation. If this is making sense, send some hearts across the screen. Okay, so Vinny, how this applies to you in this particular question that you're asking, they're saying you need to GPS yourself first. You need to take inventory as to where you are and where you want to be. Okay, because it feels like I'm feeling this energy of lostedness. And we're never, ever really lost. So that's why I added a couple extra syllables to make up a word. So it's not really real. Okay, fine. I felt a sense of it. Actually, let me use myself here in a teachable moment, because what I did was interpret how it made me feel. That's actually not what you're supposed to do when you're tapping in. Here's a more pristine way to tap in, and that is for me to relay exactly how it looked, and it looked like fog all around me. Okay? Send some love, likes, hearts across the screen if you just got an up level there as I modeled course correction. Man, it's taken a lot of years of being willing to let go of self-judgment, like lift that veil of self-judgment. Just do a take 2 or a take 3 or course correct in front of everybody. It's one of the best skills that we can have, by the way, is to course correct. But before we even develop the skill of course correction, what we need is that willingness to course correct. And that's the self-initiative that I talked about before. Okay, so bringing this back to you, Vinny, you GPSing where you are and taking more self-initiation to locate yourself will actually be more important, because what you will learn when you self-initiate and you do the work is you will figure out the answer to where you are, but more importantly, it's you understanding where you want to go. So what I'm also seeing is, because I love making worksheets, anybody who knows me knows I love making worksheets. And I write just ridiculously terrible, especially live. Where I am now. Okay, so here's your worksheet. Where I am now, where I want to be across the top, you're going to have 2 quadrants. I want to invite you to examine where you are in 4 categories of your life. Okay, because these are the 4 basic things that matter to humans in the day-to-day. Health, wealth, relationships. Oh, I spelled that very bad. I wrote relation ips, but you'll get the idea, okay? Health, wealth, relational ips, and career. I told you, it's bad. The energy just flows too fast. The notes on my desk are ridiculous. Sometimes I'll read back to myself out loud what I wrote down, and I literally LOL, fall off my chair laughing because some of the things are just ridiculous. Okay? All right, Vinny, let me know how this is resonating with you. Everyone, let me know how this is resonating. I feel like this is a good one for everybody, is learn where you can self-initiate and GPS yourself. Because if you can pinpoint where you are now and where you want to be, thank you, Vinny. If you can pinpoint where you are now and where you want to be, you are also calling in the intelligence around how to get there. Okay? And I'd love to invite any of you who are resonating with this, if you do this exercise and you begin to get really clear on where you are now and where you want to go, you're working really hard on yourself. You want to start a healing practice, but it hasn't happened yet. Having what you want is all about holding the vibrational frequency. Vinny, we need more of you. I'm super excited. Vinny, if you resonate, please reach out to me. Send me a private message somewhere. I see that you're tuning in on YouTube right now. You can email me. Any of you who want to email me with private messages or questions, email emily@theakashicacademy.com. I would love to support you in making that happen. I'm also hearing, and this is congruent for, I should say, this is the pattern that I see when I work with a lot of visionaries who have big dreams and goals. It's a process of subtraction, meaning that vision that you have is whole and complete within you. There are just pieces that we have to pull out that are not in vibrational alignment with that mission. So it's just about finding really the thought forms that are not in alignment with that, dissecting those, and then subtracting them, removing them. Okay, let's bring in an activation for subtraction right now, for removing that which is not in coherence or vibration with our biggest dreams, our biggest goals. I want you to place the hands together, left and right hand, slight pressure on the palms. This is going to create a balance and a harmony between the left and right hemispheres of the brain, or the masculine and feminine. Take the thumbs, touch the heart chakra to complete that activation here. All right, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. We're going to take 3 deep breaths. With each breath, I want you to allow yourself to visually see in your field in whatever way you do. Color, bubbles, energy, make it up, which, by the way, you can drive the imagination, okay? You're not allowed to sit there and say, I'm not seeing anything, Emily. If you're not naturally seeing anything, make it up as you go. This will make you better at energy healing, okay? We're going to take 3 deep breaths in. Each breath that you take, that you inhale, I want you to call up energetically what needs to leave your field, what resistance that you are going to release. And with the exhale, I want you to watch it go. Watch it disperse and leave your field. And there are 3 rounds. Your higher self is now working with your subconscious to bring up exactly what you need to release in each one of these 3 rounds. Here we go. First, deep breath in. Close your eyes. Exhale, seeing all of the resistance that's come up in this first breath, release. Good. Remember that your superconscious is working with your subconscious. Deep breath in. Exhaling, trusting that everything is releasing that came up in this second breath. I want you to watch it go. Interact with the experience. Watch it go. Feel it go. Good. One more deep breath in. Exhaling, releasing all that came up with this third breath. Slowly allowing the hands to open up with the end of that breath. You can open up your eyes. And just imagine the hands filling with this golden, platinum, diamond energy light flowing in from your Akash, intelligence, downloads, next steps. Since you released all of that energy, you get to fill it back up. Excellent job with the activation to release all that is not in coherence with your soul's purpose. How many of you felt like that was needed? I find that this is the #1 area to work. I'll be honest, it's not my favorite area to work. I like the pizzazz. I'm throwing glitter on you right now. I like and the excitement of downloading soul mission, and the #1 thing that we can do to make our medicine work, to make our activations work, to make our healing work, is to subtract, is to get rid of those subconscious thought patterns that are sabotaging us because they are not in alignment with the higher vision of what we want to step into. This is going to be a key part of the work that is done in virtual Mount Shasta, linking to Earth's vortexes. It's stage 1. So if you feel like you need a powerful sweep of this energy through your life, again, we're using the galactic forces of Lionsgate, and we're using the incredible vortex energy, the portals that are here on Mother Earth, where there's naturally energy pulsing vibrantly through the planet. And we're going to connect these vortexes, these portals, to your location, wherever you are on the planet, wherever you are at home. It's going to be ridiculously off the hook, but you got a little taste of it right there in what it is that we're going to release. All right, I am going to tap in on my Facebook feed here because I unfortunately don't see everybody's comments here where I'm broadcasting. Lady Harrison, hello, Wizard Ward. Nice to see you. Did I see Mama in the house? Are you here, Mama? Robin says, love. We are watching with you. Robin, Ames, and Son. Cool. All right, I don't see. Oh, wait, here's a question. Oh, Barbara was clarifying health, wealth, relationship. What was the last one? Career, Barbara. That was for if you tuned into Vinny's whole PowerPoint training, which, by the way, GPSing yourself to figure out where you want to be and where you are now. I could drop the mic right there. I guess we're on. I only got 5 more minutes to hang out with you, so that it might have been a mic drop today, Vinny. Now let's get one more in. I'm going to come through and grab one more question. Keep typing your questions in, which, by the way, if I don't get to your question today, but I don't really see that many questions coming in. I think I answered the only question I saw. Type your questions in. Even if I don't get to your specific question today, remember, this space is consecrated with an energy that invites forward intelligence for you. So it's my intention that whether I answer your question or not, the information will drop into your field. You need access to the missing pieces. Okay. Carol says, technology telling us that is the truth. Great question. All right, I'm going to take Carol's question here and use this as a teachable moment rather than answering an individual, like, personal question about guidance in your life. So Carol, thank you for using your question to invite more truth and more wisdom for all of us. I'm really glad that you asked this question, because it's both or either. Here's how my guides have shared with me, and I'm going to use the framework of who we find in our Akashic Records, or who I'm trained that we find. If we were to personify the energy of the intelligence coming in the Akashic Records, it's masters, including ascended masters and archangels, teachers who are light beings who are lesson specific. They come and go based on what it is that we're learning, our loved ones who have crossed over, and our spirit guides. Okay. I also feel like it's my higher self talking to me. I really like the analogy of universal intelligence or God consciousness. So I asked my records, what really is it? And what they explained to me was, as we incarnate in human form, story is so important. As humans, when you choose a human existence, you are incarnating to experience yourself as a creator, or basically write your own story. God is the creator energy, so we're here to experience ourselves as that. Okay, so that's why story and the hero's journey is so wired into our DNA. And it applies in a lot of areas, right? It applies when we're creating our own life, we're writing our story, we're manifesting. For me, when I look at it in terms of where I get the intelligence, what my guides or the records share with me is that personifying these different aspects of God, whether we're talking, so let's say we're talking Archangel Michael, right? Or let's say we're talking Lao Tzu or Yeshua or Nefertiti, who you see back here. Nefertiti as an Arcturian. Melchizedek, I work a lot with the energy of Melchizedek, the Merlin energy. Metatron, carries the energy of the Great Mystery School. But these are all just personifications of the totality of the God consciousness. When we incarnate into human form, we are also incarnating in separateness. So we experience ourselves as separate from God so that we can move back into that oneness. But we're all these separate reflections and pieces of the God personality. It's like we're individual droplets. It's the same with the intelligence and how we categorize the intelligence. We give it story, we give it common vernacular, we give it common lexicon. And it doesn't really matter. Pick whatever works for you. So Carol, the sensation in the body, it's your guides talking to you? Yes. Is it your body's technology? Yes. Is it a truth indicator? Yes. As you begin to talk to your own body and feel into it more and notice it and ask it and discover what feels good for you, the stronger it will get. Again, it's where we self-initiate. All right, let me bring in one more activation. We probably have 30 seconds or so left. Thank you so much, Carol. If that supported you, send some love likes, hearts across the screen for me. I feel like self-initiation is the theme today. Let me see what kind of activation they want to bring in. All right. They want to continue with the idea of removing too. And the guides want to specifically work on the kidneys. Kidneys are lower back body. And kidneys are what store the fear. Oh, this is getting good. Okay. I want to invite you to see fear. I'm going to use one of my beloved clients and students, beautiful wisdom. She illuminated. Deb, if you're here, I love you. I'm going to talk about the spectrum. Such a great analogy. Every feeling that we experience, every energy that is available to us exists on a spectrum. Okay? So fear exists on the same spectrum that potential exists on. It's the exact same energy. It's just what octave it's vibrating in. So the energy of fear is just energy vibrating in a shadow or a lower octave. But this is truly the same energy as your potential. Fear and potential are the same energy exercised in opposite directions. Okay, so let's go back to Deborah's idea of the spectrum. I want you to imagine in your mind as we do this tapping on the kidneys that your dial on the spectrum is moving from fear into potential in whatever way that feels meaningful for you to visualize. You get to self-initiate. You get to decide what it looks like in your mind. But I want you to see the dial moving as we go back and tap on the kidneys. Okay? Nice, deep purging breaths. Close the eyes. We're going to take 7 breaths. You guys visualize. I'll count. This is number 3. 4. 5. I look ridiculous trying to breathe and beat on my back at the same time. I just opened my eyes and looked at myself. All right, I'm not going to judge myself. We got 2 more. Or 1 more. I lost count. Let's do 1 more together. 1 more for good measure. You can stop the tapping and 1 more breath. Exhale with a sound. Wow. Did you notice how my judgment came up there? Guess what? I got to release it. That's what happens when you participate, y'all. You can be both entertaining and heal yourself at the same time. How many of you had fun today? Send me some love, likes, hearts across the screen. And please, for those of you, I sound like I'm begging there. Take 2 on that one. Please, for humanity's sake. No, really, if this was valuable to you, please share this out. We need more sacred space and sacred classrooms where this kind of technology is being innovated in the moment. What you saw me bring through today in terms of the activation is what it looks like to channel through spiritual technology. These are my air quotes. Quantum technology, innovating in the moment, and this is the most powerful form of medicine that you can find. Innovation in the now moment. And it's something that I want to invite every single one of you to continue to explore in your lives, in your particular forms of medicine and healing, in your area of genius. The Akashic Records is here to support you and to make you even more genius. So thank you for being here and receiving this intelligence. This was a soul meeting. Our souls agreed to this long before this conversation. And if this has served you, I invite you to share this out, okay? I love you guys. I'll see you back here soon.